Fill her up.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Broad Motherfucking Topics. I'm your host, Kim Congdon, here with my co-host,
Alex Scarlato. Hello, Kimmy.
Hi.
Hi. Are you chewing something?
I am. I made dinner for myself for the podcast. I mean, I know you're not supposed to eat. Look at this, though. Look at this.
That's so much food. That feels like 15 minutes worth of podcasting and chewing right there. I'm not going to lie.
I'm spending half the podcast eating. I don't know what else to tell you. You're not going to hear my chewing. I'm going to pull the mic away.
Okay, that's respectful enough, I guess.
I'm a respectful queen.
Anybody who's listening to this on audio who has like a thing for a mukbang, please go head over to our YouTube channel and subscribe. You could watch Kim eat for the whole show.
I'm really excited about it. I'm in Florida. I touched down. I'm at my mom's house for a month.
You called me the other day at like 9 o'clock in the morning, and I couldn't believe I happened to be awake.
Yeah,
I'm still in shock that we had like an hour-long conversation at 9 in the morning when you landed in Florida, but I felt good about it.
When I called you and you answered, I was like, this can't be Alex. I don't know this girl. She doesn't wake up at 9.
I probably sounded like a different person because it was 9 in the morning.
You sounded chipper.
Did I really?
Yes. I was like, this is what I like. I like seeing this.
That's good. I remember back when I'm so weird when I first wake up. Like even yesterday at the studio, I took like a nap for about an hour in between shows. And I woke up to Chris Scopo coming into the studio to do Without a Country. And he walked in and he walked in and I had just sat up from napping for an hour. And he asked me a question. I couldn't tell you what on earth the question was, but I looked at him and I was like, yeah. And he looked at me and he was like, oh, did you just wake up? I've literally never met him in person before either. He doesn't know me, but he could tell within seconds that I had just woken up because of how different I am.
Mm-hmm. I have to tell you, when you were telling that Chris Scopo wake up story, I was in full panic that you were going to stop talking. And then it was going to be my turn to talk. And I had this piece of steak in my mouth that had entirely too much fat. And I was trying to chew through it so fast. And I was like, please make the Scopo story longer. Please make the Scopo story longer. And I was like chewing it. And then I was like, you know what? It's like, it feels chewed enough to swallow. So then I gave it a swallow, but it was one of those pieces that had the fat strand connected to another piece. So it just stayed in the middle of my throat. And then I was like smiling. I was like trying to break the strand in my throat.
I swear to God, I thought you were really into my story. I was like, this is not an interesting enough story for Kim to be giving me this positive of a reaction for.
I was going, don't die, don't die, don't die. I was choking on steak. I choked on steak. And the last thing I would have heard is the story about Chris Scopo seeing you when you woke up too early.
Do you deserve a better...
All the stories you've told me, it's probably one of the worst ones to die to.
You deserve such a better fate than that. Like
I want to die to your dad walking in on you doggy style. You know what I mean?
That's not happening again. You missed your opportunity. You would have died like 10 years ago.
Oh my gosh. Mom, it's really good.
I'm like, I can't believe if I were in the position that you were just in, I would have gagged on camera.
I was trying not to.
I hate steak fat. I won't even eat like a lot of pieces of bacon that have like a lot of fat in them. Like right. I'll peel the bacon. I'll peel around the fat and get like the meaty parts out and eat those.
Can you hear this right now?
I couldn't for a second, but now I hear it.
Okay, we back.
Okay, what happened?
Sorry, I was just testing out my I'm annoying today. I'm already annoying myself on this podcast. I don't know. I was just testing out my clicker, like my on and off mic thing, because my mom's in the kitchen making her plate. And so I'm clicking off every time she like clinks her plate. I'm just trying to make the podcast. Let me tell you, I'm working hard for our pod. You hear that clink? I let one slip through while I said I was working hard.
I heard that clink. Can I tell you, my mom has asked me to come on the show as a guest like 6 times since her appearance last week.
Oh God. See, I really want to do, I think it would be fun if we did my mom and your mom on a podcast, but like my mom can't hang. She's banned from my live stream. She put her foot in my Twitch the other day.
Okay. First of all, I don't know where to start.
And by the way, she literally just turned around and threatened me and said, don't say that. She said, you're telling the whole world. Yeah, you told the whole world. It's on video recorded.
It's on Twitch. Yeah. Does she understand?
It's on Twitch where I have that goes straight to my Twitter and my Instagram that has my most followers. Less people are going to listen to your foot thing on here.
Guys, what Kim is saying is if you're dying to see her mother's feet, you know where to go.
She's so pissed at me.
Follow Kim on social media.
But she put her foot there.
Go check out those little Puerto Rican piggies.
I mean, I guess whatever it takes to get more followers on Twitch at this point, but I was angry. I was like, don't put your fucking foot in my Twitch. Are you serious?
Did you ever have your family members refer to your feet as piggies?
Yes.
I hate that. I really hate that.
She's pissed at me.
Was that the door slamming?
Yes. She's not happy.
Oh shit, that's great. I'm sorry.
She's mad. She's upset about her ban because I banned her from any of my recording forums after
over the foot thing. Was there any more to it?
No, that's it. She just put her foot there, and I was like, "No, you're not
in front of the camera like this, but like, foot."
It was behind me, and she just creeped her foot and was like, "Who likes my feet?" And I was like, "What are you?" I was working on my Twitch stream. Imagine your mom doing that right now on this podcast.
My mom won't. She's much like me. She'll barely let people see her feet on the beach. You know,
it's crazy. I mean, I'll let you see my feet right now, but
we have modest
that was
feet.
A good teaser toe.
I saw that little teasy toe.
That was a good amount of toe, like just.
Oh, that was a little slutty tease of a toe right there.
A tease of a toe. Teasy toey.
No, we're modest about feet in my family. I was just asked to pull out my feet on Legion of Skanks. I respectfully declined the offer. Who would do that?
Respectfully. You were like, no, fuck you. I'm not doing that. You're never seeing my feet. I'm sorry. Goodbye.
Who would do that? It's the worst audience to show your feet to on the planet.
Listen, I don't know what to tell you, but that's not how I want to find a man. Can you hear my mom?
I can, but I can't make out words. I hear her little mouse of a voice in the background. I have
to go tell her to be quiet in her own room when she's mad at me. It's gonna be awkward.
Can you make a whole scene of it like you're a teenager so that the podcast could find out what the Congdon household used to be like?
Can you hear her?
A little bit.
Is it enough to disturb the podcast?
It's like a little ambiance in the background. I don't know.
She's talking on speaker. There's no way. Hold on.
Okay. It's like week to week, it's always got to be one of our moms or the other. Like last week, I don't know if I made a point of how difficult it was, but like it was fucking 10 minutes of my mom looking for something in my room last week while I was just trying to pretend that she wasn't there. And then she was looking at me going like this, where is it? Where? I don't even know what she's looking for. It was crazy.
Let me tell you, I've been here for 2 days, and the amount of times I've yelled at my mother in 2 days could be a record. It is just, there's something about her. You know what? Sarah Weinschenk gives me these vibes too. Sarah Weinschenk gives me my mom vibes. Like Sarah will do things to annoy me all the time. And I'll say like, you're just like my mom. Cause Sarah will do these same things. So Shank, if you're listening, you do these things too. But my mom did something like annoying today. For example, we're driving home and she's like, we're almost home. And she's like, hey, can we stop at Sally's? I want to get toner for my hair. And I was like, cool, I'm driving. And we pull pull into like a huge plaza, like when they're like an avenues where they're like a bunch of different stores, like an outdoor mall almost. We pull into one of these things and we're in like this. I mean, it goes on miles. There's a Macy's over here, a Sporting Goods over here. And so we're driving in this little lot and she's kind of on the phone and I go, where do I go? I said, where is it? Where is it? And she pointed to the stop sign in front of me. Like I was asking how I drive next. And I was like, where is Sally's? Okay. I'm not asking you how to drive.
This is a pet peeve of mine as well. I'll often ask people, the person in the passenger seat is guiding me to where I need to go, even though I fucking asked them if I could put it in Waze. They're like, no, don't worry. I'll show you where to go. That's already the first thing that's annoying me. Like, just let me put it in Waze. I won't need to fucking continue asking you about this.
Exactly.
Then I ask, I'm like, all right, like how far till the next turn? And if it's more than like 2 or 3 blocks away, they'll be like, don't worry. I'll let you know. Like, no, just give me an idea, man. Am I getting close? Is it another 2 minutes down the road?
I need to know if it's a mile or 7. There's a huge difference between a mile or 7.
I even want to know if it's like within a half mile or like about a mile. Just give me a fucking idea.
I'm also not a fucking idiot. So if you say like 0.3 of a mile, I've been driving long enough to where I know kind of about where that is. Half a mile. Like I need a range.
Yeah. Sometimes when I'm bored in the car, I actually play, like if I have Waze on, I'll like play a guessing game with myself where I'm trying to like, I look at how far my destination is, and then I look away from Waze for a while and I try to guess how far I've gone. So I'm actually kind of good at estimating that distance too.
Oh, you know what she did today that really pissed me off?
What?
I showed her a song. She really liked it, right? Which is like one of the best feelings ever when someone likes a song that you like. And she was like,
I can't wait to talk about this because my mom has never given me that feeling in my entire life.
This is why it's annoying. This is truly one of the very first times that this has ever happened. And my mom was like, I put the song on for her and she was like, oh, I love this song. It's so good. And then she was like, let me download it. Right. So I put the song on for her. She starts downloading it and I play another good one that I know she's going to like, that it was like in the same vein. And she starts playing the previous song on her phone out loud while I'm playing the new song.
No, that is disrespectful.
And I like kind of turned to her. I was like, oh, you're not listening to it? I was like, let me just turn off. And then so I go to turn off my song because I'm like, I also understand liking a song so much you want to listen to it twice. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, let me turn off my song so you can listen to yours. She's like, no, I don't have to listen to a song when you're listening to a song. And I go, you absolutely do. We can't both be listening to songs.
It's like it's not in the same room.
We're in a car. We're in a fucking car, you animal.
No, she's tuning out your song and listening to her song without a problem. She doesn't mind that they're both playing.
Mine's louder. I can just slightly hear hers and it's driving me insane.
So it's so funny. My dad constantly does this in the living room. He'll have the television on with some news channel loud enough for you to hear it, and then on his laptop he's on Google, he's on YouTube and he's watching a video that's also loud enough to hear. It's
too many sounds.
How are you doing this? Yeah, that's your mom is an absolute savage. I don't know what to say. That is wild.
What else should she do? Well,
that is crazy.
Not my mom, but I went to jujitsu last night. I found a gym in Florida and it was my first time at the gym. And there was a guy who I'm assuming is a young student, because before my class, there was a children's class where there's like a bunch of 10-year-olds doing jujitsu. And I'm assuming the guy that I'm talking about was one of the fathers of one of the children, but he was there during our class. And this motherfucker was having a conversation during the jujitsu class on speaker.
Was he taking the class or just he was there?
No, he was sitting on the chairs in the same room as the classes, having a conversation on speaker during a training session in a room.
I mean, that's so far beyond what's acceptable because
Hold on. She's yelling again.
I don't hear it this time, to be honest. I'm just going to keep talking. I don't understand when I already lost my train of thought. I don't understand when people are capable of having of having like speaker conversations around their friends. Even like we have a couple people, I won't name names, who notoriously come into the studio on a video chat with somebody fully loud, or on a speaker phone conversation fully loud, and they come in and they like fist bump everybody and they continue talking on speaker with no matter how many people are in the studio. I don't even understand that, let alone doing it in a place where you don't know anybody, like a fully public space. That's psychotic.
I can guess. Someone comes in, they have their phone on speaker at the studio every time. Oh, I think I know who it is.
Probably.
I'm not gonna say, but I will say he did disrespect me once, and I want to call him out. Piece of shit. Fuck you. You know what I'm gonna say? Damn. I have beef with one person at Gas Digital. I have beef with two people at Gas Digital. But I have true beef with two people at Gas Digital, and one of them's gonna get it on their own, and the other one's going to get it from me. And that's all I'll have to say about that.
I don't even know who is who. That's fucking crazy. Yeah. Wait, I just want to go back to the other conversation for a second.
I'll tell you all about it. I'm just kidding.
Dude, no matter how excited I am to show my mom a song that I personally love, I'll always like, I'm never even going to show my mom a song unless I already feel super connected with it, where I'm like, I love this. I want to share in the love of this song with my mother. It'll make me feel warm and happy. Like,
right. You just want to connect.
Nothing but positive intentions. And when she plays me a song, the worst thing I'll ever say about it is like, oh, this is like not really my style, or like, I don't love this or that about it. I don't think I've ever played a song for Angela, my sweet dear mother, without her looking at me like she's disappointed in me for liking it. Like she looks at me, she'll give me a look like this.
Or like, does it make you disgusted in her that she doesn't feel it?
Not only that, but I feel upset. So many emotions. I'm like, well, now I don't even know if how I feel about the song, because I was so sure that it's like a hit that
universally everyone's feeling it in their soul.
It's just such a good song that I can't escape. Like, I don't think that any human could be like, this is bad. Like, worst case scenario could be like, I don't love this, but I see the musicality in it and why you like it. She won't even give me that. She won't even give me I could see why you like this. It's just, right. It's such a major shutdown that I actually just don't share music with her anymore.
No, I actually don't want to share anything with my mother, not even Earth, because I can still hear her talking in the room. I just can't believe that someone would be so disrespectful that I've been telling her literally all day, the only thing I need to do is do a podcast at 6. And she just can't like go in her room and turn on the TV for an hour. She has to be on speaker. She's arguing with my stepdad right now, I think. She's so loud.
I thought they were never talking again as of last time.
I don't know. They're not, but they still share a daughter. So that's the issue. And I can hear her phone going. She's got it on speaker. It sounds like an episode of Jerry Springer in her room. And she just can't give me 40 minutes.
I always forget about your fourth sister.
No one ever remembers the fourth sister.
It's like, man, they do share a daughter, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
It slipped my mind.
Yeah.
Well,
it's crazy that I have 3 sisters, that there's 4.
It's crazy that there's 4 of you.
That's crazy.
That's a dream for me.
4 sisters? 3 sisters?
I would want, 3 sisters sounds like the best thing ever. Are you kidding me?
Dude, no, it's like, I hate my sisters. They're so annoying.
No, you like that one sister. You like number 1. You like number 3, I believe.
Listen, I like them all in their own ways, I guess. But I like the one I like truly the most is not even the one I said I like the most. The one I like the most is the youngest, but that's because we didn't grow up together. So she hasn't had a chance to fuck with me. You know what I mean? So she sort of gets a pass, but she also seems like the sweetest. Like if she grew up with us, I feel like she'd still have that place.
Okay. I
You know
like
what I
that
mean?
you don't know her. You know her little enough to be like, she seems like the sweetest.
I have no idea who she is, but I think her soul is sweet from what I gather when I see her every holiday.
I think you actually have a good intuition for that kind of thing. So
I think I do too.
that makes sense. I would have loved to have three sisters. I would also, if I'm having four kids, I think I would prefer to have four girls than any mix of multiples. Boys seem like too much energy. I can't handle it. It's like the screaming, the like running around, like chill out, be a girl.
Dude, I can you the thought of being an only child blows my mind.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It blows my mind every day that you grew up and your parents were your friends. Me and my sister like got to a point where like I saw this on TikTok the other day and it's so true. Like we would be like sitting on the couch talking after school. And when we heard our parents coming home from work, we'd go up and go into our individual rooms and not talk till the next afternoon. And my parents taught like we never talked and we didn't like each other. It's like, no, we don't like y'all.
No, it's funny the way you phrase it because I never felt like growing up my parents were my friends. Like my parents were just my parents. No, I just felt like there were no friends in the house.
But now your mom's your friend.
Now my parents are both kind of my friends. Like my mom definitely more. My dad kind of draws more of like a I'm your parent line, but we still like joke around and stuff like that. Now it's fine, but like when you're like under 14, you know, you just
funny. The way that you saw your parents growing up was the opposite way of the way you see your parents is actually the complete opposite the way I see my parents. It's like my parents were too much of my friend growing up. I wish I would have known a little less and been like parented a little more.
I mean, my parents, it's not that when I say they weren't my friend, I mean, like they were great parents. They were just constantly doing things for me, driving me to dance class, making me dinner, things like that. And making sure that I was on top of things. It wasn't the same type of like I wouldn't play with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But that's what I mean. Like nobody made sure I was doing my homework or on top of things or getting good grades or I was just seeing. And I would find a home video and I'd be like, oh, look, like a recording of me in April. And it would cut to my parents doing weird shit on home video. They like used our Barney tape. It's like, this is fucked up. Nobody was careful. It always smelled like weed.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, no, we truly had the exact opposite upbringings. Like everything was taken care of for me. But like, if I wanted to like be imaginative or play, it was always going to happen by myself or I'd have to have a play date.
No, I used to like fantasize about someone making me do my homework because I didn't have the willpower. I was like, I just wish someone would punish me and make me do it.
That's so sad. That's really sad.
Yeah, it's just so fun to watch TV instead, but nobody like makes me do it otherwise.
I used to fantasize like every time I had a play date with a friend outside of my house, I would just like fantasize for the day that I was a sibling in that family. I was like, oh, like this is my house. I have these brothers and sisters here. I pretend that my play dates were my siblings.
Equally as sad as mine.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, so we're both fine. We both had some sad and some not. If we mixed our parents together, how fun would they be?
I don't know. It's like which half. So one half would be perfect parents and the other half would be like, we don't play with you. We have no fun and we don't look at you.
Oh yeah. We might do the wrong mixture and it'll get fucked up.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's risky.
It's crazy when you think of like your mom and dad. I must look at relationships so differently than you do. Because like the thought that your mom and dad are just together and they've been together. And I'm like, for me, it doesn't seem like in my head, and this is not saying anything against your parents. I'm sure that in real life, your parents love each other a lot. They're together. They seem very happy. But in my head, I'm like, that can't be real. It's not a real thing. People, are they just doing it because they're supposed to? In my head, I get these fucked up thoughts and I'm like, oh, people just do that because they think they're supposed to.
So the reason why I don't think that's true with my parents is because like my mom has shared with me that they had like a very rocky period of like 10 years or so before I was born. Okay. Like up until like 4 years before I was born. They were like on and off. My mom dated plenty other people. So did my dad. And then they kind of made a decision like, okay, we've gotten all of this out of our systems. Now we actually want to be together. So I think it's a little different than like the scenario that I was in with my ex, where like if we had gotten married, that would have been a rough life. And it would have totally been what you just said. Like they're not really in love. Like they just think they're supposed to be, and they never broke up and went to look for other things, you know?
Yeah. Your parents fucked so much before that they decided to get married that they were like, we're fucked out.
Yeah. They were like, we fucked ourselves out. Like, I'm done.
We fucked ourselves out. That's what you say when you decide to settle down with someone. You know, I've really tuckered myself out on dick. So
we've really fucked ourselves out. Let's just have a baby and call it quits.
Let's call it quits. So sad. Speaking of dating, I've updated my Hinge profile. I feel like it wasn't sending the right message. It was like too like one, I need guys to know that they have to have a big dick. I can't be wasting my time with a small dick. It's just like I'm spending my 30s in quarantine, and it's just like I can't be talking to some dude and like liking him, and then I found out he has a small dick. I can't.
I'm so intrigued as to how are you like being a detective about it? Like how obvious is this inquiry in your
So when I was redoing my profile info, I was like, how do I make it so like it's not slutty, but I send that message? And the answer is there's no way to do that. There's no way, absolutely no way to do that. So I tried to make it as funny as I could, and it's not even funny. It still is slutty. So this is my new bio. Okay. So it says, we'll get along if you, 1, are good with not being the funnier one, which is true. Right? Like whoever I date, I'm going to be funnier. 2, don't own cats. 3, like nature. 4, can take a joke. 5, huge hog. 6, 5 wasn't a joke.
I like it. I respect it. It's actually it's not that bad. It's slutty. I'm not going to lie to you, but that's not bad. It's not too bad.
And then this is the next picture that comes up.
That's a good picture.
It's good, right?
I like it. Yeah.
Do you think huge hog is too much?
No, I think it's the perfect.
Or it's funny.
I think it's the only way to phrase it that it doesn't come off sexual.
Because I was like, I wrote down the words well endowed, and I was like, this is slutty, not writing that. And I was like, big penis, that is slutty. So I was like, the dirtiest one is the least slutty, because you're like doubling down.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hog is hog works. It's so funny. I saw Brendan Sagalow make this pretty much a very similar point on Twitter today, where he was like, how funny would it be if you're hooking up with a girl who called your balls nuts? It's like, there's just certain, like the dirtier the phrase, the less slutty it is somehow.
Let me hold your nuts.
Like, yeah, I want to touch your nuts.
Ew. Okay. No, I don't like that at all. Okay. So you like that bio. That would make you laugh, right?
Yeah. I think it holds up in your scenario where like it's less slutty because it's so gross.
Right. Oh yeah. And then this is the next thing. And then cause Hinge does like the way, okay, this is my Hinge profile. Me and Sarah.
Awesome.
So then it says, it does little like prompts. You see that? So It says, we'll get along if, and then I did that whole thing. And then it does my picture. And then the next prompt says, I want someone who, and then I put in the answer. And my answer is, we'll look past the fact that I use huge hog in a public bio. Because then if I do find someone with a huge hog, I want them to forgive me for being a pig and going out and looking for it.
I think I get that. My only concern here is that like you are so specifically going after this one, let's call it body type, that in my history does not come along with a dude who you're going to want to be around a whole lot. It's like,
but this is where I stop you and I say, no, there has to be dudes with big dicks that are fun. You know what I mean? There are so many people. And my thing is, this is my thing. They're not around very often because they're taken, but you have to find them at the right time. Like you have to, and I know that like any girl that has a good looking, nice guy with a big dick, she's not letting him go. Right. But there are many girls that are dating a good looking guy with a huge dick that is very nice and loyal, who are secretly lesbians and are going to break up with them soon. You know what I mean?
You're relying on these really low statistics.
Who are going to die, who are going to get sick, who are going to cheat on them, who are going to find another hot dude, who are going to go find an uglier dude to fuck, who are going to go find.
It seems like you're hoping that your future soulmate's wife has cancer right now. Is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying you got to get them when they're down.
No, I couldn't agree more. The logic works out. I'm just saying.
You think some girl is just letting her big dick, handsome, funny, loyal dude go?
No, but if she goes into a coma and stays there for long enough, I see where you're going with this. I think you got to catch them. It's really good to go catch them after a divorce. Like if you're trying to play like a serious game, I would start going on divorce forums.
No, because divorced people have children is the problem. It's like
not all of them. My mom, I feel like my mom works on a lot of divorce cases that have nothing to do with children. I think it's probably like 50-50. A lot of divorced couples are getting sick of each other like soon and getting divorced after like 2 years of marriage.
Then I want to know what you were doing with a big dick, good personality, and some bitch got sick of you. What'd you do? Because it's like, I don't want your scraps. What's he doing so bad that it's so fucking annoying that she can't look past it for a good looking man with a big dick and a fun personality? It has to be horrible. You know what I mean? Like, it has to, whatever it is, it has to be horrible.
I don't know how you hook one, Kim.
How do you hook a fat one?
I'm glad that you're fishing.
Thanks.
And I hope that you hook one.
Thank you. I hope my bio works. My new updated bio.
I hope you hook one with a big rod, but the fish has the big rod, not you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope I'm the fish. Let's just reverse it so I get the rod somehow. I gotta think outside the dick box.
I like it.
Anyways, yeah.
Did you hear about? Okay, I'm obsessed with this. The way that I want this to be true. I'm out of my mind. You've heard about like Armie Hammer sending like weird cannibal messages to women?
Yes. Yeah, I didn't even know who he was, but I'm guessing he's an actor from Call Me by My Name, which is like a 50 Shades kind of movie.
I didn't know what it was. I think that he is in that movie. I only know who he is because every time somebody has said his name when I hadn't heard of him, I was like, wait, that's a person? Like I've had that moment of stopping and be like, wait, did you say a person's name is Armie Hammer?
It's so dumb.
So I've definitely heard of him for like a while. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so all over Twitter, which like this is obviously like major hearsay and everything. Mm-hmm. But like, so apparently during the pandemic, he like went and worked in this like abandoned motel in the middle of nowhere that his friend like recently bought, right? He's like, fuck being a movie star. The world is entered an international pandemic. I'm going to go be a construction worker.
Okay.
Also, he has like a wife and kids at home, but he's decided to go be a construction worker during the pandemic.
Serial killer.
Right. Yeah. So now all of those reports came out like a couple weeks ago of these women like saying that he's been really creepy in the DMs, saying that he wants to like fucking bite off their big toe and keep it in his pocket and stuff like that.
Okay. That one's kind of cute.
You think so?
That one would get me.
Really?
I'd be like, you want to bite off my big toe?
Kim, you're a creature. You're a creature of a different
You don't think that would be kind of a cute flirt if some guy was like, I want to bite off your toe and keep it in my pocket?
No.
Okay. Maybe I should be more careful then out there.
Maybe you should, because within 15 minutes of this, abandoned motel that he was working at, mm-hmm. the scattered remains of 3 bodies have been found.
Oh, an actual serial killer.
Like an actual serial killer was in that area. And like the way that I don't know anything about the guy. And like, I know that it's not morally cool to be like wishing horrible things for celebrities just for your own entertainment. But the way that I want a movie star to be a serial killer so that we could like all have something to be interested in for a while.
I mean, it would be good. No,
it would be good. It'd be good, right?
So it's not proven.
It's not proven, but people have taken to Twitter about it being like, is this a coincidence? Why was a movie star working a construction job in the first place? Now all this stuff came out about him being like,
that is weird.
Saying to women, I'm 100% a cannibal, stuff like that. Yes.
Who gives 100% guarantee on their cannibalism? That's psychotic.
Armie Hammer.
That sounds like I don't know what that sounds like, but it's so funny to say. I would kill people too if that was my name. Armie Hammer DMs. Whoa. Hold on. Can we see them?
You haven't read them yet? They're fantastic.
No, I want to see them. Oh, I found them. Also, my agent, Brandon, is wise to the game at this point, and he can make fake meetings for me to come and see you. That's the joy of knowing his secrets, too. Free blackmail. Whoa. Okay. Psycho. Says agents that are not considering dropping him as a client. Also said, let's not talk about it or I'll get worked up again. It is kind of funny to me in a weird way that Brandon told him because I can hear Brandon's logic in my head. Armie is into some weird shit. He's going to get caught. I'm going to get hit ahead of this and warm this crisis, dude. What is going on? What does that mean? You just live to obey and be my slave. I will own you. That's my soul, my brain, my spirit, my body. Will you come and be my property till you die? If I wanted to cut off one of your toes and keep it with me in my pocket, so I always had a piece of you in my possession. Ew.
Right?
But I want to talk. I feel like the same way you are on one side. These are Armie Hammer DMs, by the way. He's just sending multiple texts over and over again to a girl. But I want to talk. I feel like the same way you are on one side of the slave spectrum, I am on the other side of the master spectrum and can't ever imagine another slave. So, okay. Also, I have to point out that the girl who sent these DMs put a little arrow next to it and said literally had multiple slaves when he said this lie. She's like mad. Upset. It is such a funny thing that she was like, also he had other slaves when he said I was his only slave.
Kim, why is that you? Why do I feel like you and her
this
would get along?
Wait, I'm not done with that message. Go back up. Hold on.
Like, this motherfucker told me I was his only slave.
So funny. I don't even want one. I would never feel as strongly. Fuck, too drunk and honest. You are mine. I am yours. No matter what happens. And we've tested that to the extremes. What did this girl do with him? Oh my God, I love you. Totally fangirling. Can't sleep now. I loved you in the social network. That Lone Ranger and Uncle. Have a beautiful day. Go to sleep and thank you. Oh my God. I actually volunteer for a nonprofit who helps. I am 100% a cannibal. I want to eat you. Fuck. That's scary to admit. I've never admitted that before. Is he okay?
I don't think so, man.
Hammer pictured on a date with Jessica. She says she believes the messages are real. If you're still questioning whether those are Armie Hammer DMs are real, and they are, maybe you should start questioning why we live in a culture willing to give abusers the benefit of the doubt instead of the victims. Whoa. This is fucking crazy. And it's crazy that some girls like, I'm your biggest fan. And he's like, I'm 100% a cannibal. Like he needs to tell someone so fucking bad that he's a cannibal. He's been holding the shit in for so fucking long. Hold on. Don't go past that. He's been holding in the fact that he's a cannibal. He's screaming it to the mountaintops. I'd chase you down and pounce on you so fast if you tried to walk away. Fuck. Is that what he's saying? Or is he saying the FAGGOT? Because that's funny too. Because that's funny.
It's funny. It looks like there's enough letters for it to be the second one.
And it looks like the last letter is a T to me. You'll need something strong to hold me back from you. Oh my God.
Isn't this like a little much?
Whoa, this is all insane.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I brought this to the Legion of Skanks who were blowing it off. They were like, oh, I don't know, 15 minutes radius, blah, blah, blah. But like in the middle of nowhere, a 15-minute radius, like there's not that many people in a 15-minute radius and like near an abandoned motel somewhere. Like,
no, I don't know. He killed those women. No, you don't send messages like that unless you're a weird murderer.
Aren't you convinced? Don't you feel like we have like an O.J. Simpson situation on our hands where like the whole country is going to watch a movie star be on trial?
It's fucked. It's fucked.
I want it to be true so badly, and I hate to admit that. Like, I want to be a better person.
Well, the thing is, the women are dead regardless. We just want it to be Armie Hammer who did it.
Yeah, I don't know why I want it to be, but let's like
if we could change, let's just say it out loud. If we could change the whole scenario and no one would die, we would change that. But because 3 women are dead, we want to put Armie Hammer down. We want to lay down the Armie Hammer.
I can't explain to you why I want to lay down the Armie Hammer so badly.
I want to lay down the Armie Hammer.
I don't want it to be just some like dude who works at the gas station in that town. That's so boring and predictable. And I just want this to come out of left field and slap all of America in the face.
Should I DM him?
You want to hold on? You want to do a sting operation on the hammer?
We should to catch a predator, the hammer.
You want to catch the predator, Armie Hammer?
I wanted to catch a hammer.
I would be down to DM him with you, but I'd be so upset if he like replies to you and not to me. Like,
wait, I want to see who he follows that I know.
Like, do you think I look like if he thinks that you look tastier than me, I'll be upset? Because I feel like you and I would both taste like pretty okay.
He follows one of my friends and she follows him and she liked his last picture.
Do you think they've been chatting?
I don't know. I have to figure it out.
Does she look tasty?
Yes.
Like on a scale of like on the spectrum of like people you right, let's say you're putting everybody who you've ever met on a scale.
Armie
of
Hammer's
like,
DM'd me before.
Has he really?
Yes. No, but that would be good, right?
That would have been great. I was excited.
I know. Sorry.
You could have kept it going and read me a DM from the inside of your brain. I would have believed you.
I couldn't think too fast. I got nervy.
Yeah. This girl, how edible is she on the scale of like how much you would eat people? It's like the most edible person being a 10 and like the least edible person being a 0.
It depends on what kind of food you're into tasting.
Oh, okay.
Are you eating healthy?
Well, I'd like to try. I'm a medium, you know?
If you're eating healthy, she's up there. She's beautiful.
Okay. You think I could get you think I might prefer to eat somebody with a little bit more fat content?
Yes.
Okay. Right.
Yes.
You're probably right.
Yeah. But she's up there.
Okay.
I'm just looking at a picture of Armie Hammer and his wife when they were younger. And like, she looks
delicious.
Yes. He's smelling her to eat her right there.
Yeah. That's actually, that's a great action shot.
I want to know if he eats people. I'm not going to stop until I find out more about this.
Well, they said that the bodies were scattered and not complete. Like it's just like various remains of 3 people.
April, when was he out there?
I got to look it up. I had
okay. County. Oh, okay. They sent something. Bobby sent something in the chat. County coroners are working to identify human remains found by hikers in the open desert here Sunday morning, January 31st. Supervising coroner Jeff Lewison reported the skeletal remains were found in the 5200 block of Dandy Road in the open desert. The bones, which he described as various bits and pieces, you're right, have been determined to be human and not been identified. The case, he said, has been forwarded to the department's anthropologists and its missing and unidentified staff to help identify the remains. Wow, really gross.
So like 15 minutes away in the desert. I'm sorry, there's probably no more than 100 people 15 minutes away in the desert, you know?
January 31st, 2021. Do you think he put this picture and said killing the game because he killed someone?
I like this, Kim. You have detective skills. It's like I just told you that somebody might have cheated on you and you've gone into like detective mode. Like, you know, you're about to know everything about Armie Hammer by the end of the night. I think you could crack this case.
No, I think I'm going to crack this case by tonight. How did he know those women? Oh, God, he has a daughter.
Yeah.
She looks like a cannibal, low-key.
She kind of does look like a cannibal.
It's kind of fucked up. This picture looks like he jizzed all over her, too. It's kind of inappropriate.
What is going on with that picture? It's like she's in her pajamas, but she's got sunscreen that's not fully rubbed in. It's weird.
The whole thing is off. I'm weirded out, and I believe this thing about Armie Hammer. He's handsome. Isn't that scary?
Yeah, but I was watching an interview with him where, to me, he talks with like psychopath vibes.
I would love, can we pull up a quick clip of Armie Hammer talking? Because I would love to look at the video, and because I think I can separate the facts and know that if I saw him, if I would be interested in it or if he would give me weird vibes.
Funny enough, my buddy Ashton bought an old motel out in the desert.
I heard about this.
Yeah.
Now, explain what's going on.
So my buddy Ashton bought a motel in 29 Palms, which is just outside of Joshua Tree. And it was like this kind of like abandoned, rundown motel. And I came back from the Cayman Islands where I was during quarantine. And I was like, dude, I got nothing to do. And he's like, well, do you want to come live with me in this abandoned motel and do construction with me? And I was like...
You say no, right? Yeah, of course not. That's terrible. I'm a movie star. That's the last thing I want to do.
I'm sorry, did you think I had anything else better going on? Like, I was literally sitting at home, like, picking boogers, seeing how far I could flick them. Like, I was really out of options.
But do you know how to do that stuff? I mean, I know your last name is Hammer, but have you operated one?
Funny enough, everything except a hammer. It just seemed too close to home. No, I'm moderately handy. I'm pretty good.
All right.
There are some power tools that I should just not be trusted with, but like orbital floor sanders, those kinds of things, I can handle. Like, I mean, it was like a lot of like, we have to resand these floors, we have to pull off this drywall, we put new drywall up, we have to move this, we have to do that. It wasn't anything like, I'm not doing electrical work. Look at me. Would you trust me to touch wires? Like, no way.
So it was just the two of you rehabbing this motel?
No. So his motel's called the Ramsey at 29 Palms, and it was me, Ashton.
This is weird as fuck.
A guy living there named Motor Mike.
Ashton Kutcher?
Motor Mike.
Ashton Kutcher?
I don't think so.
Motor Mike doesn't have a motor. Motor Mike has a mountain bike, but it's Motor Mike's mountain bike is what it's called. Motor Mike lives in the desert. He is a desert creature. He's an amazing character, and he's one of those people who just like lives in the desert who can just kind of do anything. Like, he can really do anything. It's pretty spectacular.
He can help you bury a body.
That's weird, right?
What do you think of him? What's his body language tell you?
I'll tell you right now, I trust him with my life and I would have banged him. I feel nothing off about his interview. He seems really nice, really personable. He seems like he's genuinely telling the truth about what he's saying. But also, he's so handsome, I might be distracted.
Wow. I don't know. I got a really weird vibe from him, but maybe it's because I want this to be true so badly that I can't separate. Maybe I'm not looking with an objective eye anymore.
Well, I'll tell you right now, the people he went to do the construction site with need to be investigated too. Like, I need to find out. First, I'm going to spend the rest of the night looking up Motor Mike, looking up his friend Ashton, seeing what things they follow, who they like on Instagram, what I need to find out their Facebook posts. I need to find out if they had a MySpace, if they were weirdos when they were younger. Like, I might uncover a mystery by next week's podcast.
No, you make a good point that people should maybe be looking into Motor Mike before the movie star.
I mean, absolutely.
It's like, there's nothing this guy can't do.
Motor Mike, he showed me how to. He was like saying Motor Mike could do anything. No, I think Armie Hammer is guilty too, but I think they're all okay. Motor Mike. I mean,
stop right now. Bring that back.
Don't ever bring that up and and then take it down again.
He took that away too quick. Oh, Bobby said he doesn't think that's him and that we're just going to maybe dox a different Motor Mike.
But that dude deserves it.
Oh, that dude looked awesome. Honestly.
That was a funny thing.
I just changed my mind. It wasn't Motor Mike.
Wait, where did he say Motor Mike was from?
From the desert. He said he's a desert dweller.
The desert where?
A desert creature, yes.
What desert? What did that thing say? Wonder Valley. So where's Wonder Valley?
I'm looking it up.
Because then we have to look up Motor Mike in Wonder Valley.
Wonder Valley is...
Can you see if where Motor Mike lives and see if that Motor Mike lives near Wonder Valley? Because his Facebook will say where he lives.
It looks like it's in California.
I'm upset I trusted him.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong. This is all alleged, guys. Yeah, 29 Palms is in California. I just want one celebrity to murder somebody. Is that too much to ask for?
Yeah,
I don't.
I'm going to look at the... Sorry, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to look up the people that Armie Hammer... I mean, if Armie Hammer is following a guy named Ashton, and he is one guy named Ashton Ramsey. So now we got to see what Ashton Ramsey is up to. He's the guy who he went there to his hotel. Ashton Ramsey, 29 Palms. That's him.
Do you think this could be like a cult of cannibals? Like this is all a cover, and there's multiple cannibals who.
Maybe. And it's weird, like Kitchen in the Desert. It's like just a bunch of young girls, young hot girls in the desert. I don't know. Maybe they're killing them.
Maybe they're eating them.
Let's see if he has Motor Mike on his Instagram. Mike?
The way that it would upset me if I had to die and then get eaten and somebody pooped me out.
No, it's upsetting.
How rude it is to shit human into the toilet.
Ew.
Isn't that rude?
Mm-hmm. It's
rude.
Weird to have fantasies about eating human.
It really is.
Like, what has to be wrong with you to be into that?
I don't know. I don't think we taste good.
We don't smell good.
We rarely smell good.
You know what would be upsetting if you like did have a craving for human and then you ate one and you were like, it's disgusting. And then you were completely disgusted with yourself that you had to like.
Oh, you mean like when you regret your meal? Just like general meal regret where you're like, I shouldn't have had that human. I didn't need all the points today.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty good. That would happen to me every time I ate human. I would afterward feel really guilty about my meal.
Me too. I feel like that now about meat.
I feel that way about eating beef.
Yeah, me too. Anytime I eat an animal that's like super friendly and sweet, which is all of them, I feel really bad. Like, you know what I mean? I feel less bad if like we regularly were eating like spiders that bit us and like mosquitoes. Like if we ate mosquito patties, I'd get it.
But I wouldn't like it.
No,
you know what made me feel a little better though? I don't know if this is just me being stupid, but you know how like cows are all girls and like we all get milk from cows or whatever because they're all the cows are female.
Right.
I always just assumed that all of our like steak and like burgers also come from cows. Like that all of our steak is like a female's meat. But I found out recently, like way too recently, that that's not the case at all. That it's like
bulls too.
It's bulls too. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that at all. It made me
thought
feel
it
better.
all came from the milky cow. Yeah, I'm glad we share it. Equality.
Yeah, I'd prefer to eat something that was born male than to eat something that was born female. Is what I'm saying. It makes me feel less guilty to just eat the men.
Eat the men. I think that's where we have to leave this. That's an incredible closer, Alex.
Thank you.
Fuck, you guys. Should we end it there?
I think so.
You guys, thank you so much for listening to another episode of Broad Topics. This has been so fun. Make sure that you guys are, going on YouTube, subscribing, giving us a like, rating and reviewing on iTunes. All that stuff's super important. Follow me on Twitter at Kimberly Congdon, on Instagram at Kim Congdon. Check out my TikTok at Kim Congdon, and on Twitch at twitch.tv/Queen Cong1, Queen Kong 1.
You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at I am Alex Scar, and head over to gasdigitalnetwork.com and use promo code Topix, TOPIX, for a 14-day free trial with access to every single episode of Broad Topics on demand in HD, as well as every single show on the network, Legion of Skanks, Irish Goodbye, High Society Radio, every episode on the network. Bonus content, all that stuff, gasdigitalnetwork.com. We're also live every Thursday at 9:30 p.m. on Gas Digital Network. You don't have to be a subscriber to watch it. You could just catch us when we're streaming if you want the show a couple days in advance. Or you could head to iTunes and YouTube every Monday to download, leave us a 5-star review, and subscribe.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.